I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this.
Please tell me it's a fake quote. Please tell me this is a fake quote. Because this is something where it's like, everyone says, and it's like, oh, Angel's a developing player. It's like, oh, she's only in year 2. Why is everyone like going at Angel Reese and all this stuff? And, you know, oh, people can't stop talking about Angel Reese.
Angel Reese didn't claw her way to the WNBA just to stand in the shadows while Caitlin Clark moonwalks through the spotlight like it's her one-woman halftime show. No, Reese came for more than flowers. She wants the entire botanical garden. So now every glare, every quote with a side of sass, every on-court scuffle, it's all screaming, "Notice me, America," because let's be real. She didn't lace up just to play backup dancer while Caitlin belts the solo and gets the encore.
I'm a keep it a band with you. I agree that if she gonna be the aggressor, then be the aggressor. At the same time, if you're gonna throw punches, you gotta take them. And so I felt like, to your point when you said, I bet she did. You can't see me because Caitlin did it. Right. Absolutely right. But now when you come in the league, right, and you fall in, you know what I'm saying? You got your 13 and 13, but now it's not translating to winning.
And just when you think the saga's calmed down, boom, Angel fires up the headlines again. This time, she claims teams are scouting her just as much, if not more, than Caitlin. Yep. In her world, WNBA coaches are hunched over film at midnight muttering, "How do we stop Angel Reese?" as if she's the final boss in a video game. Meanwhile, the reality, she's been missing more layups than press conferences lately, and yet here she is, walking into post-games with the energy of a Marvel villain and the stat line of a role player. The confidence? Astronomical. The performance? Still buffering.
She's the only player in the league that will say this shit. She's the only player in the league. Like, you won't hear Aja Wilson going out there, "I am at the top of the scouting report." Ariel Atkins is at the top of the scouting report for your team. Camila Cardoso is at the top of the scouting report. Teams just box you out.
Now let's talk receipts. Caitlin Clark, she's casually rewriting history like it's homework due in an hour. Draining logo threes, shattering records, and treating national broadcasts like Tuesday scrimmage. And Angel? She's out here putting up 13 and 13 while the team racks up more L's than rebounds. But what's wild isn't the numbers, it's the noise. Somehow, she believes she's being double-teamed nightly like she's a walking cheat code. But those double teams look more like defenders sagging off and praying she doesn't try something chaotic.
Right. The reason why I feel like she isn't unfairly criticized is because I'm not gonna go into the bad guy, good guy. At the end of the day, Angel faces everywhere. Right. And so when we talk about marketability and her inability to finish, her inability to do certain things, I think it goes to that.
Teams aren't breaking down film to stop her dominance. They're watching tape to make sure she doesn't start another mid-court drama. Still, she says it with her whole chest, like she's LeBron with better lashes, and the internet eats it up. But here's the kicker. This isn't a rivalry anymore. That ship didn't just sail. Caitlin drove it out of the harbor, took the spotlight with her, and left Angel shouting from the dock. Caitlin's not playing against Angel. She's playing against the legends now. She's chasing legacy while Reese is still trying to outrun her own box score. And let's not act like this is all out of nowhere. Angel was a beast at LSU. Dominant, confident, polarizing, she had the moment, but this ain't college.
But I will say, Angel Reese, Ronnie and I have debated it on the program. Ronnie has been pretty clear that he thinks that she sucks at basketball. I have defended her as having dimensions of her game that are high level. I got to a point here a couple of weeks ago where I was starting to wonder.
The league isn't waiting around for her to find her rhythm while Clark drops dimes and drains logo shots like she's ordering drive-thru. Angel's putting up 6 points in 26 minutes and somehow spinning it like she broke the Matrix. It's giving main character energy without the plot line to back it up. And the funniest part? The league is scouting her, just not in the way she thinks. They're not focused on her footwork or post moves. They're trying to figure out if she's going to rack up another tech or start clapping in a ref's face again. She's being watched like a reality show, not a highlight reel. But you've got to give it to her, her media game is unmatched. She's turned mid-tier production into top-tier conversation. She's mastered the art of staying viral. Even if her stats don't, it's like watching someone miss 3 free throws and then declare they carried the team. And just when you think it can't get more theatrical, enter Dave Portnoy. Barstool's frontman went on a full-on rant, dragging Angel's name like it was a trending topic, and then like clockwork, she followed it up with the worst game of her pro career. Call it coincidence, call it karma, either way, the timing was comedy gold. So what do we have now? A rivalry that's become a rerun. Angel's performing a monologue in a show she wasn't cast in. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is backstage casually breaking another record, completely unbothered. And maybe that's the sting. It's not just that Caitlin's winning, it's that she's doing it without the noise, without the headlines, without the need to remind anyone she belongs. While While Reese is out here campaigning for attention, Clark's out here collecting milestones. The scoreboard doesn't care about Instagram captions. And the league just gave us their answer. Clark on primetime, Reese on the 2 p.m. stream, no one bookmarked. So yes. Angel Reese is still being talked about, still trending, still shouting her truth, but the truth the WNBA is writing, it's already moved on. Caitlyn's the main event, Angel's the subplot, and the show, it's already started. So do you think Angel's right? Is she really being underestimated? Or is she playing a PR game louder than her actual one? Here's the plot twist. No one talks about the more Angel Reese demands to be seen as the reason people are watching. The more obvious it becomes she wasn't. She's out here talking legacy, spotlight, impact, but when you're really that girl, you don't have to remind everyone every 5 minutes. The spotlight just finds you. Greatness doesn't scream, it echoes. But Angel, every soundbite, every post, every on-court side-eye is basically shouting, "Don't forget about me too." And that's the irony. Because whether she's right or wrong, we are watching. She's not the reason fans tuned in, but she might be why they never turn it off. Caitlyn might be the show, but Angel? She's the plot twist, the chaos, the commentary, and every great show needs chaos. So maybe this isn't about who's better. Maybe it's about who's louder, who can stay in the mix, who can keep the internet foaming at the mouth. And if that's the goal, Angel's playing it like a chess grandmaster in lashes and attitude. Let's rewind to the beginning of the season. Angel's stats were mid, her games were clunky, and she was finding her footing. But instead of taking the quiet climb, she decided to start narrating her own documentary. Like she and Caitlin Clark were co-captains on the WNBA Revival Tour. Equal billing, shared credit, twin flames of attention, except nah. This wasn't a 50-50 deal. Caitlin showed up with a historic college career, a Nike deal, primetime games, and the keys to the league handed to her like royalty. Angel? She showed up with fire, pride, and a microphone, but not the same shine. Yet she keeps trying to write herself into the script even when the scene isn't about her. It's like watching someone walk into a movie midway and yell, "Where's my Oscar?" And the jealousy? It's not even subtle. Wrapped in fake humility, dipped in just being real energy, but it's there, loud and unfiltered. And every press conference, it's the same routine, say something controversial, sidestep a tough stat, remind the world she's important. It's giving photobombing history with a bullhorn. Meanwhile, Caitlyn, she's out here getting tossed to the floor, fouled like it's open season, and still draining logo threes with the calm face of someone solving algebra. She's not begging for respect, she's earning it one impossible shot at a time. And the crazy part? She's not even talking. Angel's throwing shade, and Caitlyn's out here too busy stacking 27-footers to respond. It's become a one-sided rivalry. Caitlyn's building an empire. Angel's building arguments. One is letting the game do the talking, the other won't stop talking. But let's not get it twisted. Angel Reese is valuable. She's emotional, unapologetic, polarizing, and that's content gold. Every time she opens her mouth, another tweet, article, and reaction video is born. She feeds the machine like she's got a daily drama quota to meet. She's not just in the league, she's keeping the league in the headlines. The media knows it, the WNBA knows it, one's the face of the league. The other's the voice you can't mute. They've got Clark on foam fingers and Reese booked for every spicy post-game quote. It's smart marketing. But it's also tragic when you realize Angel's playing a game she already lost, trying to force herself into a spotlight that isn't rotating her way. Because here's the uncomfortable truth, the more she insists she's the reason people care, the more she reminds everyone she wasn't. You can feel the desperation simmering. The louder the cheers for Caitlyn, the more Angel doubles down, refusing to be overlooked. She's chasing MVP headlines, endorsement energy, the same love Caitlyn gets on a Wednesday afternoon. And sure, she's kind of getting it, just not for her game, but for her mouth, her moments, her drama. And hey, it's working. She's relevant. We're watching. We're talking. But not for the reasons she wants. Because while Caitlin Clark is making defenders age in dog years, Angel's over here giving please clap energy like someone who threw their own birthday party and got mad that all the gifts went to their sister. It's frustrating because Angel could let her game speak. She's got the grit, the rebounds, the potential. But instead of carving her own lane, she's trying to merge into Caitlyn's. And here's the real kicker. If Angel stopped chasing cosigns and just fully leaned into being the WNBA's lovable villain, she'd be unstoppable. Imagine her owning the role, loud, dramatic, defiant, the league's agent of chaos, the walking headline. She's not the beginning of this story. But she might be the reason it's still being told, because not everyone has to be the star. Some just have to make the star shine brighter. Some just have to stir the pot so hard the whole league gets spicy. That's Angel Reese. Not the reason we started watching, but maybe, just maybe, the reason we're still watching. So drop your thoughts on comment section and don't forget like and subscribe for more future WNBA related updates.